actually been used before and all that good stuff. But this little powdery type coating, that's pretty natural. That's something you're going to want to clean off your battery connections and things like that. You know, it's pretty common. Is it the mega energy robber everybody thinks it is? I don't really think so. You know, but if you're trying to tweak every little single bit of, and on a small system, that's what you have to do, of efficiency out. Yeah, you definitely want to clean these things, wire brush really well. There's commercial spray cleaners and things like that. But what we're doing here, these are two 6-volt. This is a Trojan T105 battery. And again, from a scavenging type standpoint, you'd find these at golf carts. You'd find these maybe in like a small cell sites. Okay. Yeah, a lot of small. Somebody told me you can find these sometimes in forklifts or the L16s in forklifts.
Some of them have the big ones. Some of them have those big, huge ones in the forklifts.
Big ass 2-volt 4800 watt.
And same thing, if you don't know for sure, you know what you're getting into, your multimeter, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, 6.2. So it's a 6-volt battery. I know that. Because you don't know. You know, you might have scavenging parties out or something, and you know, JoJo brings something back and he doesn't know what the hell it is. You can't tell what it is, that sort of thing. So what we need to do then, since we're working 12 volts, is we need to tie these two together. So we're going to go positive and negative.
Series.
Correct. And see, so these people that think they're just going to grab some of this stuff and use it, there's a lot of stuff that you'll probably want to have, if that's your intention. You know, if nothing else, it'd make good barter stuff to have pre-made battery connections. You know, of a good size for what you need and everything.
What gauge is that you're got right there?
What gauge wire is that, Scott?
6 or 4.
Yeah.
4.
I didn't make these battery cables. A buddy of mine, we went in on a hunting camp type setup, and he really went chintzy. I bought pre-made battery cables for my system, and back when I did, wire was a hell of a lot cheaper. And that was the way to go, because it was like, oh, $5, this is stupid for me to go and make these. And he made some, and you know, you can go to like a Napa, and you can, you know, bring your wire in and say, I need these made into battery cables. And they'll pick, you know, and you can pick the things. Saw a real neat thing on Frugals one time, where a guy took a piece of copper tubing and beat it, rounded it, and then beat it, and made a hole to make his own connections. So that's something, you know, copper's in a lot of things. You could cut a piece of copper and jury rig that if you need to.
That's how they make them.
Yeah, yeah. Scavenging this, where would you find this gauge wire? Probably connections to an electric stove.
House wire.
House wire connection.
From the pole to the house.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So you're dropped from a power line to a house, something like that.
Abandoned cars probably too.
Yeah,
Fabricated
yeah.
by the cars.
Would those be
Same thing.
same big enough?
Oh yeah.
All right. So what we have here now is we've essentially made these two batteries act as one 12-volt battery. If I'm making it too simple, you know, I try not to speak in big words and try to make myself feel good by using a lot of lexicon, because I don't understand that sort of thing, and there's...
Show me the 12.
Show me what?
Show me the 12 volts.
Y'all see that? So what we've done now, remember they were showing 5.9, 6.1 individually. So what we did was by series, yeah, series bumps up the ampage. These are something, again, this is just trying to think of some stuff for any of y'all that were looking to, you know, scavenge this stuff later, or even just you're going to use it with your system you build later on. Stuff like this, like these mechanical, I think these are called a mechanical lug or something like that, you know, $4. I bought new ones because, you know, I have ones on my system, a little bit larger ones to put batteries in. Is there better ways to do this? Yes, there's better ways to do this, and when you're doing it for your home system now, definitely. We're talking again about, you know, you found this stuff, it fell in your lap after, you know, the stuff hit the fan. So we're going to load off of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to just connect these to the positive on one side and the negative on the other. Oh, and you know what? I am lacking. No, I can go in there. Okay. Always make sure your connections are tight, pretty standard. You don't have to, you know, whale them down with your Arnold Schwarzenegger arms or any sort of thing like that. But you wanna have them tight enough. So if we were putting together stuff ahead of time, what do we know already so far we want to have?
Cable connections,
Voltmeter. Voltmeter, wire brush. You know, could you get car batteries and work something similar up? Yeah, they just wouldn't last as long. You know, many of the you know, ultimate battery sins that everybody talks about, like don't mix old and new on these things. I've done that just to see if it's, you know, if it's possible. It is possible. Our system right now has 24 L16s. They're this tall, that wide, a little bit bigger version of this, and 4 of them are about 10 years old now, and the other 20 are about 3 years old now, or 2.5, 3 years old now. So, but that's the cardinal sin, is you never mix old and new batteries. And you know, I was cheap, and I said, well, why not? You know, I did that the first change out. Why not? You know, at the time I had 4 or 6 good L16s left, and I thought, this is stupid. These are now $250 a piece at wholesale. Really getting a good deal on them. Why am I going to toss these to the side? You know, and hooked them up, and they worked fine. So go ahead and pause it. We'll have the next thing.